What is going on, my peoples? Welcome back to the channel, and today Hot Toys had more stuff under their sleeve. And they did not release this in San Diego Comic Con, which was just last week, and they went ahead and released it today for the Hong Kong Kong is going on over there. I don't know what it's called, but they released this today. It is off for pre-order, and it's the Mark VII. We were looking forward to this suit, and it was speculated that he was going to be a San Diego Comic Con, but it wasn't. And it was speculated for a very good reason. It's because it was due, and they already had it. For whatever reason, apparently they wanted to say something for the Asia market to give. Hey guys, we also have a surprise for you. And here it is. It's the Mark VII, a highly anticipated suit. There's a lot of people will be working on this suit, working their ways from Mark 1 through 7. This is the last one on the Diecast series, unless they want to go back and do yet another Mark 1, which because they already released the regular one and then they released the 2.0. And I don't know if Hot Toys have been open to this and say that they're going to release Mark 1. Everything seems to indicate so that is going to be the case. They're going to be releasing a Mark 1 diecast. Hopefully that is the case, because the price on the Mark 1 2.0 is not pretty at the moment. It is ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully they do just another reissue and they release the diecast for Mark 1. But coming back to the Mark 7, beautiful Mark. It's one of the most beloved Ironman suits that out there. This guy has been redone on countless paint jobs with the Sub-Zero and you name it. It's like a million out there. It's just repaint after repaint of this guy, because this suit is just outstanding. I really like the combination of the suit, how it's gold and red, the traditional one, but they started to experiment a little bit, and they went ahead and they added all these silver bits, which they give them this detail look and yet another dimension to the suit. I think it looks really nice, and I like the details also here on the forearm and on the ribs. Pretty cool. So moving on to this guy's accessory, and he's fully loaded with everything you can possibly think of. Everything he used in the movie is here, and he has and possibly stuff that he didn't even use in the movie. So he has the missile launchers on his shoulders there, and then he has some more missiles on his forearm, the wrist lasers. He has missiles on his legs. He's just fully loaded, and I like the fact that you can use all of them at the same time. I love to use that. I like to accessorize my figures. I have said many times in the past, I like just to throw everything at them as much as possible. And this is a closer look of the Mark 7 with everything deployed, and he just looks badass. We can already tell that this is another masterpiece by Hot Toys. The weathering on these thighs missile launchers is just incredible. And I'm gonna tell you guys a funny anecdote. My first Ironman suit, it was the Mark 45, and I pre-ordered it overseas. When it got to me, I had never had an Ironman in my hands before. I was seeing one. So when I opened it up and I saw the weathering, I thought it was real weathering. I thought that something had gone wrong in the ship, and the salt had gone to the suit because it was metal and it had rusted my Iron Man. And I had to go online to see other people's reviews from the suit, and it had the exact same weathering mine had, and just that was such a good relief, because the detail that Hot Toys puts into these figures, if you never had one before you, it's just mind-blowing. And I thought there was something wrong with mine, but it was perfectly fine. Simply love that figure, and this is no exception. They have gotten better over the years, and it shows here. You can see all the weathering here on the ribs. and the thighs. Like all these are moving pieces, and this suit has been used before. Absolutely amazing detail on part of Hot Toys, and you can see here how the wrist is open, exposing the laser. That's the same with the missile launcher here and the forearm. Super nice. I'm really liking this suit a lot. This is just another shot, and we can see more of the detail on the on the chest plate here and on this bicep. Everything is just super weathered and really nice. You can see some of the detail on the other side here. Really cool. So another things that Hot Toys decided to include with this guy were battle damage pieces. A lot of people like battle damage pieces, and I don't blame them, because Hot Toys with the weathering, they look really nice. The major complaint with everybody is they never include enough battle damage pieces to sell the illusion that this figure is battle damaged, right? But they have done something masterful here, in my opinion, with this figure. They always give you like a super pristine figure, and then they give you the chest piece, which is severely battle damaged and does not fit at all. What they have done this time around, this figure, the figure itself, it is not such pristine. It is, you can see it is heavily worn out, like it's been in battle, like it's in battle right now, right? And then they included shoulder pads, and they included chest piece. They included severely scratched off helmet with the faceplate, and all of that is really worn out and battle damage, and it is selling the illusion for me. Even though you can see here on his ribs, there's not much damage done there, but his suit does not have to be damaged exactly everywhere. Every single piece has to be damaged. No, that's not how damage works. If you go to a war, you get hit on your shoulder, your leg's not bleeding, right? It doesn't work like that. Your shoulder is going to be bleeding, and if you wear an armor, your armor is going to be scratched on your shoulder, but the rest of the suit is going to be clean. Unless you're, and then you get hit in one leg, and then the other one's gonna be fine. You're gonna get hit in different places, and those places are the ones that are gonna be battle damage. But the rest of the suit is gonna be dirty, because everything you've been through, explosions and you name it. And but yeah, in my opinion, this is not like a super like they have done before, right? They released the battle damage version for the Mark VII back in the days, and that was severely battle damage, like everywhere. But there was a special edition. This is his regular release, and they are including this because they're not gonna release anymore. That's my guess here. This is it. We're getting both in one, and to me, it's selling the illusion. It is working for me. So yeah, I'm really liking how they're doing this battle damage to the top, and there's severe weathering to the bottom. It is working for me. Pretty cool. And this is a close-up image, and you can see how severe battle damage this chest plate is, which completely worn out. These are not even scratches anymore. The helmet is scratched everywhere, but it's so badly battle damaged. You can see that this is the end of the movie, right before he just launches the missile into the portal, right? The same with the chest plate. We cannot see the shoulders here that much, unfortunately, but we can see the chest plate, and it's just like completely torn to pieces. It's very good. Hot Toys, their masters are painting and sculpting this. That's why this figure is going for the price that it's going. We're gonna check that out later. So he's striking more or less a landing pose over here. This time around we can see the shoulders very well, and they are battle damage. Not too much, but enough for me. I think this is good enough. We can also see the bicep here, how dirty it is. These two, you see what I'm telling you guys? These two go well together. The same as the forearm. He's just overall, he's just super wear everywhere, and it works for me. So he's striking more or less like a landing pose. He's not hitting the ground, but we can see some of the articulation. I like how the chest is torn to the side like that, and it gives you a good glimpse of how articulated this figure is going to be. The biceps completely folded upwards, giving it a good more than a 90-degree bend, I would say, and same with the legs here. They always do. those joints, they always do justice. So pretty cool. One of the most amazing things, and not so amazing at the same time, is that this figure is including the pod. This is the pod when he was thrown out of the window by Lucky. He just called the Mark VII. He came in this shape, and he grabbed it onto his wrist, right? He had lasers coming out of here, which you're gonna see in another picture, and he grabbed into, just grasp him, hold him, and he was just already inside the suit, right? This is a shame. Come on. Collectors have been waiting for this for a long time, and for a good reason. This is a super cool edition, but the way they did it, I am not pleased the way they did it, because you need to sacrifice your figure in order to do this. That is not cool, Hot Toys. You should have done this separate so you can have the figure and the pod. I know it makes no sense because you can, the figure is the pod, right? Like the pod is the suit. But at the same time, if you want to pose them, these sort action figures, come on, people have like 6 or 16 Ironmans standing one next to the other, and they all have Tony Stark face exposed. So how many are they, right? This is just a collection. So I would have loved to see people's collection like this Iron Man standing here and the pod just flying by, just like we see here. But in case you don't know how this thing works, it took me a solid minute to figure it out because it was so complex. So my guess is that because there's no instructions for this, so my guess is you're going to be removing the head and you're going to be inserting this piece over here along with these other 2 pieces, which are separate. You have to pop out the arms, obviously. You need to pop up the legs from the knees down, and then you're going to be getting the feet and plug it into where the knees should be, and then you open these to the sides, and the same here, and that's what it's gonna, you pull it out of here, and that's how you create this. But if you have this, you cannot have the figure. Who is going to sacrifice the figure in order to have this? As cool as this is not good enough. No one's gonna do this. I mean, you're gonna do it and you're gonna have I don't know, let's say you're gonna do a photo shoot or something like that. It's gonna be really cool. These are the lasers that we all know, that he points those lasers to his wristbands, and then it grabs onto him. But you're not gonna sacrifice this figure to create this pod permanently. No one's gonna do that. If you're buying this figure, it's because you want the Mark VII. And as soon as we touch upon how much this guy is going for, you're not gonna buy 2 of these figures just to have the pod and the figure. You're not gonna do that. He's just ridiculously expensive. So cool but not cool, Hot Toys. Cool but not cool. Really. You could have let this out and bring the price for this figure down. I am already talking about price, and I'm already ranting about price. But yeah, I really like to see this, and it's super nice and cool that they did it. But the way they did it is I'm not cool with. They should have included like this torso piece here with the everything. It should be a one piece, and then that's it. A plastic piece. It doesn't have to be diecast. It's an accessory. Just give me a plastic piece. It looks just exactly like that, and that would have been perfectly fine. Super happy with it, and it would have helped the price a lot, which we're gonna be touching upon really soon. Okay, this is everything is included on the packaging. As you guys can see, it says suit up poke mode. It says mode. It doesn't say included, right? This is something you can do with this Iron Man. It's including Robert Downey Jr. head skull. Not the best, but it does its job. It's really good. I believe that this is reused. We have seen this before. I don't remember which one now. You have the shouldered missile launchers. You have the front for the missile pod here. We have it over here. You guys all seen all this. He has like flaps on the back. You have the interchangeable battle damage for the chest. You can see how these articulate. He has all of these, the battle damage head, the shoulders, the missiles, the wrist. the missiles for the thighs, just the closed thighs, and she just has a bunch of accessories, right? And he has a few hands. He doesn't have that many hands. And if you get the special edition, you're gonna get this little hologram. This is what should have given us, like, but this and big, like the size that it should have been. And but they're just giving this miniature, and whatever, it's okay, it's cool, but I don't know. And they're giving us this base, and I'm gonna keep talking about price here. I'm gonna keep ranting about this. But for the price that you're charging for this guy, you're giving us a reuse base. Have you seen this base before? I have, and it's from the Terminator T-800 battle damage version. Take a look at that. It is the exact same base. They didn't even cover the yellow tracks. They used the exact same base, and they just put a different nameplate on it, Ironman. Shame on you, Hot Toys. We're gonna get straight onto talking about the price, because for what you're giving us here, that price, I can already say, is ridiculous. So we're gonna go in order here. We have the Ironman Mark II 330, recently released. Really nice. Moving on to this one, it was released like a million years ago, the Mark III 309. And then we have the Mark IV, soon to be released, 345. And then we have the Mark V, recently released, 344 or 45, come on. And then we have the Mark VI, one of the most expensive ones, but he comes with an original diorama base. Not the big one that we all wanted, but it's an original diorama base, and I'm gonna give them props for that. 360. And then I just throw this one in here just to compare, because this is one of the best values by bang for the buck we have gotten so far. This guy has a reuse base as well, and it is the only downside I can find to this figure. This is a beautiful figure, and it went for so little, and I think this price is considering that we have this reuse base, right? And I can forgive them for that, because they give us a really, really good price. And this is not even one of the regular stand. This is still a diorama base. A reused one, but still a diorama base. Now, coming on to the new meat and potatoes. We thought this guy was expensive, going for $407. And we all were like, oh, these Infinity War prices are crazy. And then we come to the Mark VII. A whopping $433. Holy frijoles. And yeah, guys, do I even need to say it? That this guy, it is super expensive. We thought that this guy was expensive, and then they released War Machine, and then we were like, holy shit, is War Machine expensive? And then now they release this guy. What is coming after this guy? A $500 Mark I with all the little moving pieces done in metal. That would be super cool, but they're too much money. So yeah, $433 for what we have here. Just close your mind to this. Forget about all this. Everything you see here is down here. $433 for a used base. These little things here that you need to destroy your figure in order to create the pop mode, and then the battle damage, which is really, really great. All these missiles, which are really, really great. $433 for a reused base, reused face. No, Hot Toys. No, I do not want to say this anymore. I hate myself for saying it. I do not like to say these figures are expensive, because they're work of arts, and how do you, and they're uniques, and nobody can compete with you, right? And how do you can price them whatever you want, and that's obviously what you're doing, and I have no reason to complain. And I am not even complaining. I'm not complaining. I firmly believe that if you're a company, you can ask whatever price you want for your product. And if I am happy as a customer and I want to pay for it, I will do so, or will not. I have a choice, as well as you. If you see that you're not selling your figures, you will reduce your price, or you will close your company and not produce them anymore. That's just how it works. You're putting out these figures, you're doing the best you can, you're putting out the prices, and some people are buying, some people are not buying, and you see what you're doing, and if it's working out for you, then it's the best way to go. And you guys know my answer to this. I think he's really expensive. Will I be getting him? No, I am not a huge... I love Ironman. It's one of the best characters out there, obviously. And Robert Downey Jr., he's one of the best actors in the MCU, easily. Like, his acting is just... it blows everybody out of the water compared to other guys there. I don't want to name names. But no, when it comes to figures, I like variety on my figures, and this Iron Man is very distinctive and unique, but when you put it next to the Mark 46, which I already have, I would rather get Wasp, let's just say, right? Because it's completely different. It has nothing to do with Iron Man, and that just pleases me more. That's just how I want to put my collection together. If you're working your way up from all the marks, get this guy. Pay whatever the hell Hot Toys is asking for it, and just work your ass off, and just forget about it in the future. And I don't know. That's what I would do if I was collecting Iron Mans from 1 through 7. I would just pay for this and be glad this is the last one that I am ever going to get. And then that's it. That's that, right? There's no other way around it. If you want it, we'll have to pay for it. So yeah, guys, put your comments below. Tell me what you think about these Iron Man. Are you collecting from 1 through 7? What do you think of this price? Is it justified? What do you think of the soup pot mode that you need to destroy your beloved $433 Iron Man just to create that thing? And are you gonna leave it like that? Are you gonna post like Tony Stark falling in this thing, chasing him? Is that something that you want to do in your collection? That would be really sweet. But for $433, they could have done what I said. They could have done just the plastic pot mode, which they didn't do, and they could have give us the entire figure with the plastic pot. That I would have been perfectly fine. If you include that that pot, $433, I would say this is perfect. Great job, Hot Toys. But they didn't do that. You need to destroy your figure. That is completely ridiculous to me. So I'm gonna stop ranting right now, and I want to tell you guys once again, put your comments below. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. Once again, what do you think about this guy? I will see you really soon. Don't be a stranger on this channel. Be around.